stands for itself, the kind of person he was stands for itself. I mean, it's something we obviously consider. You have to consider when there's a deep class of running backs. But we just felt like he's that good of a person and that good of a player where it would warrant the pick. And there's also no guarantees that if you pass an interest in there, that any of those guys that you really like in the next run are going to be there too. So, I mean, we saw the Chargers take. There's not a good running back there, so there's no certainties with it. We just it was all about action for us once he was there.
Versus the Las Vegas Raiders throughout the draft process, you talked about wanting to not just take the position of need, but best player available. But Ashton Jennings, do you believe that you were able to successfully accomplish all those things?
I do. It's one of those deals where it meets the need and the best player meet together, and you kind of feel like that's a perfect storm at that point too. And it's just too much to ignore at that point. He's the perfect player for us this year, and we were thrilled to make a Raider.
We're really excited about the running game and doing a great job of being committed and to have the opportunity to find such a dynamic player to add to all of that. It was just fit just right.
Building your journal, John, last week you said here and talked about you don't know where the evaluations and running backs came from, why they started. Where do you think it came from, and why did it not occur?
I don't know where it came from. I was being honest. We just try to evaluate, put the player for what they are, and have great football players, and with as dynamic as Ashton is, and the kind of person he is, and that's kind of what we're looking to add around here too. I mean, you got a guy that had almost 2,600 yards rushing last year, 29 touchdowns. He caught 43 balls in 2023 for over 10 yards a catch. He can still line up. He can run routes. He can catch balls. He can pass protect. I mean, running backs for touchdowns. Touchdowns, I think, are pretty important. Make playing defense a lot easier too, I think.
You like both in the building, on the field, but in their personal lives, guys that handle their business. What was it about Ashton off the field that sold you on him as well?
He's got such a unique story. I'm really excited for you guys to meet him. And you can even start when he was a freshman. He comes from a military family, and his dad was stationed, I think he told us, in Naples. This kid that's got this love affair with football, and he's in Naples, Italy, trying to figure out how to play football. And he was like, I went to a high school and I played football there, and then his dad finished his career in the military, and they got to kind of pick where they wanted to live, and they picked the greater Dallas area because of the quality of football there. And he, as a junior, he's playing behind a guy that's a running back. I think he's at Central Florida now. He told us so. He played slot receiver, and all he ever wanted to do was play football. And he's a physical runner, but he's a dynamic runner. And we just kind of fell in love with his story and his love affair with football.
Features of Sports Illustrated, John, obviously a lot has been made about BPA or taking a player from need. What point does it get where you don't try to overthink things?
But we didn't try to overthink this one tonight. I promise you that.
If anybody overthought it, we just kept hammering it, and to mention about John being a grinder, we were grinding this one out just to make sure that we got exactly what the information we needed so that we could feel this convicted into the deal. And we had, it's been a great process. We've had a blast. We've been on this one for a long time and kind of seeing it early, but we didn't take it for anything for granted in this process at all.
Can take it to the house anywhere on the field, but also you can ball control with short yardage. Is this a complete back?
Yeah, he's like you said. I think the word is dynamic for us. Right? He has all the ability to do all of it. He can run with power. He can run in short yardage areas, find the spacing that he needs to make the plays, and he's got that marvelous ability to just on any play he can score, and that's just such an exciting aspect to add to our football team. We just feel very fortunate.
Steve Hondo, Nick, all that big.
Steve Hart with the Sporting Tribune. What would be his biggest challenge with adjusting from college to pro football?
Most always for the guys coming out of college is pass protection. That's the biggest issue that guys have, and we've studied every pass pro op he had, and he gets the job done. But he'll get checked out. The teams that we play will try to make him have to pass pro and see if the young guys can do it, because that's just kind of the way we always go about it. And so that'll be an area for him, that we'll emphasize greatly to make sure he's tough as nails. He's powerful. He strikes guys the right way. Good. We'll just try to make him better in all aspects of that. But I think that's probably the most challenging thing that he'll have to deal with.
When you look at your resume, everywhere you've been, you've tremendously picked running backs. Is there one quality that and you've had different styles of running backs, but is there one quality you look for? What is it that has gifted you in identifying running backs?
Well, I appreciate you saying that. That's nice. It's the commitment to the running game first, as it affects the overall play of your team. That is what drives me to, I've always been focused on the running game and the running backs. But I'm always looking for special qualities, unique things that they're able to do with their vision, with their body control, with their toughness and their burst and their speed. Some guys are just different than others, and he is not a guy that's going to just run into the wall. He's going to find his way for the most space available with this marvelous creativity, that terrific running backs have always shown to me. And so I was thrilled to be part of this one and all the way through it, and it was fun to go back and watch this film again. I'll just give you a little quick one to figure out Reggie Bush back in the day. Reggie scored so many touchdowns from so far out on the film that the film would run and he'd be the only guy on the field. And you couldn't see him. I couldn't tell, well, how good is he? It's too easy. He's scoring from so far out. And so but I watched the same film about 50 times and I tried to figure out, I think he's got like everything you could want. So it's just gone back a long ways. And it's looking for the unique special qualities that guys have that makes them, those wonderful players.
Nick Walters, Channel 13. Pete, obviously it's no secret that the Raiders have had their quarterback struggles over the years, but at the combine, we're talking about the running game, quarterback's best friend. So from your experience with Geno Smith in Seattle, Geno Smith.
Yeah, that's not really a novel thought in the coaching circles over the numbers of years, but this is precisely and it won't be just Ashton. It'll be the running back group that'll contribute to make this happen, because it takes a good three guys usually in the rotations to make that happen. And but it's the consistency of the emphasis that you place on the defense, that they have to continue to try and stop the running game, and that allows all of the opportunities for Chip to do his magic, and that's the play action games. It's all of the stuff that comes off of the run game, and all of that is not that doesn't draw any focus on the quarterback. None of those things you're thinking about the QB when you're worrying about the running game and you got to get it stopped and you're not sure where it's coming from. And that's what how you complement the quarterback's position and make it such that we're trying to make it easier on the quarterback, because this job is the hardest in professional sports. So this is the key way to get that done.
Paul Gutierrez from Raiders.com. Ashton on the call earlier said that what he thought might have sealed the deal was that he beat you in a shooting contest on his visit.
Well, that's not exactly how it happened. No, there'll be no rematch. Yeah, we had there was a little competition thing that the guys had, amongst the guys that were visiting. I didn't really enter into the competition. I thought that might be, unfair for them. So, yeah, he did. He came through pretty well. It was good. It was exciting to see.
Yeah, John, what was the reaction at home? Did you give Jack a heads up, or what was it?
No, I did not give Jack a heads up, and he was very excited. So I'm happy that I still have both my sons in my house and expected to move to Vegas this summer. He's, for all the reasons I said before, fantasy football points and getting a jersey and all that, he's pretty excited. I would like to say it has nothing to do with why we picked him. It's just so I was willing to risk it if that's what it took, to get the best player, but it's all right.
To Sean, Kevin, or to Sean Reed from The Athletic. I know it's obviously a lot of work still to be done this offseason, but between Genty and Geno and some of the guys you already had, like Jacoby and Brock Bowers, do you feel like you started to kind of establish an identity on offense kind of at this point also?
I mean, Brock obviously had a fantastic rookie season, and Jacoby's was a great slot player for us, and then we had his best season in the NFL last year too. And now we add another dynamic weapon to it with Ashton. We like our offensive line and how it's coming together. So, and then obviously putting the quarterback back there that can lead and really the guys play tough and make good decisions and then throw the ball really to all levels of the field. I feel like I think Coach does too and Chip does too. We've gotten harder to defend, but we still have 2 more days of the draft and undrafted free agency, and there's always players that pop later too. So our work is not even close to being done, but I think we're off to a good start. And tonight certainly is a big boost to that.
I think too that we're trying to set this up so that our staff and Chip and the coaches that are on the offensive side have the opportunities to create all of the things that they know are capable to be created. And I'm fired up for Chip. I know he knows. He could see in the mini camp we just had that we've got some stuff that we can work with, and so we're looking forward to it.
As excited as you are with today, what's the excitement and buzz and feeling as you head into tomorrow, knowing what's on the board right now?
Johnny's just getting warmed up. He's getting warmed up. Yeah, all kinds of exciting things.
A big day tomorrow. The board came up a little too clean tonight. I mean, we'd like to have seen other teams reach a little bit more, but we'll go regroup tonight and have a good plan for tomorrow. There's still a lot of good players out there.
Okay, Carter, I'm going to look at the entirety of this first round tonight. But any surprises for you? What interested you the most about the way the board fell? And just kind of like you were saying, what are you anticipating for tomorrow night's round?
Nothing much surprises me in the draft anymore. It's wildly unpredictable, and I think we all do this a long time. You never know when quarterbacks are going to go or running backs, and it's just try to prepare for every scenario. And so, I don't think anything really surprised me tonight. And when I look at our board, I see a lot of good players that are going to be available at 37 tomorrow, and maybe an opportunity to move down and get a few more picks to get more of those players. So we'll have a good plan in place by 4 o'clock.
Later, Marcus.
But I'm still adjusting the Pacific. I'm used to this being at like 1 a.m., so this is actually pretty nice. Thanks, guys. See you all tomorrow.
All right, y'all. That was John Spytek, Pete Carroll on the presser, talking about the 6th pick, Ashton Genty. All right, you heard it. They might make some moves tomorrow in the 2nd round, 3rd round. That could definitely be.
Frank said it best right there. These guys
yeah,
sound
I
like
thought
they're
that
on the
earlier.
same page, more importantly, the right page. Yeah, they sounded like a well-oiled machine right there with their thought process and moving forward with this team for sure.
Yeah.
So I know my overall reaction when Goodell said the name was like, fuck, but I've come to grips. I'm good with it. It was a position of need for sure. We all know that. No one's going to deny that. If you deny that, then you're fucking not paying attention to the needs of this team.
You think about it, Jeff. Last year, we got the best tight end in college football. This year, we got the best running back in college football. So we got 2 great offensive weapons right now.
Yeah,
and we still have tomorrow and Saturday to go.
So, yeah, we need to get at least pull 1 offensive lineman, the best one we can get at the time.
Yeah,
we need a guard. I want a guard. Tackle, we can grab one later in the draft, but I definitely want a top guard if we can get it somewhere in this tomorrow. We got to get it tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's still time. I'm not worried about getting a guard right away in the 2nd or 3rd, but I feel that we should definitely get one in the draft. That's up.
Yeah.
Well, like
Spytek
said, like Spytek Carroll said, they still got UDFAs that come out, and they got plenty of things to choose from. So, they said, no, we're just getting started. So they got plans.
Mm-hmm. My guy Desiree, were you upset about Genty? Nah, man. I mean, look, it is what it is. That's the pick they went with. Now I expect that he produces about 1,500 yards per season minimum, and that means that we're taking the ball out of Geno's hands in the red zone, and I expect touchdowns. No more. We can't score from the 1 fucking yard line like we did this past season because that was god awful. That was ridiculous. So I hope that Genty being here changes all that, nullifies that. We just see it as a bad dream that we just woke up from last year, and we move forward. I mean, I hope that he works out. I mean, he's a Raider now. That's it. He's a Raider.
Yeah, Jay, you said it best. No more fucking shotgun formation at the 1 yard line. What the hell is that all about? Now
this is a generational pick. That means that you moved on from everybody else, and you saw that this guy is going to be the guy, that stands out above all else in the running back class, and it's going to literally change the way that we run the ball. I don't know. I mean, you could say that by them making this move, it it goes past certain people that were here. I don't know. I don't see that particularly. I feel that we could have waited. We could use that pick on somebody else and picked equal amount of talent in the later round, in the second round. But
Well,
no,
like
we're
like
not
you
going
said, they needed a running back, so they got a running back, and then they got the BPA. So they killed two birds in one stone. They got a running back and BPA. So I can't get mad at that.
I think what Jay's sentiments though is what a lot of like what Jeff. I don't think Jeff, like I said, was really that upset. Like Turf, for example, last year was very upset.
Turf
that
was,
we
was
took
Yeah, I heard.
it's on him.
right? Jeff didn't go full Turf at all. Like I think that what Jay's sentiment is that if there's proof as to what Jay is talking about, Omarion Hampton got taken super late, right? Which shows you, just like Jeff showed me, there's a ton of running back talent. And then the other thing is, for me, when I saw that fucking crazy Browns trade, I was totally sitting there going, God, I hope somebody's stupid enough to do the same thing to go at number 6. Because think about that, guys. The Browns got 2 firsts, 2 seconds, a bunch of, I think, a fourth or 2 fourths, and they still got Mason Graham. The same thing could have happened for us if somebody was willing to jump up, to get whoever, by the way, because Membu was there.
I mean,
right
now, if you look at this first round, in my opinion, Cleveland scored. They scored the best out of anybody in this
Definitely,
draft.
they won that one.
Giants second, because the Giants, not only did they get a pick in the first round, they moved back into the first round, got their quarterback that they wanted. Okay. So you got 2 teams that made trades, smart trades, that helped them gain picks to build, because both teams have been disasters for years. Okay. So it's 2 teams that greatly increased their chances for having a good overall draft weekend. They killed it on day one, as far as I'm concerned. The 2 best teams today, regardless of, whether they Titans drafted Cam Ward or not. They got 2 top 32 players. They got 2 out of the top 32 each in this draft. They fucking scored big time. Big time.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm gonna tell for this one before I get into, because right now my head is not really pain, because I was totally hyped up, because I know this is one of those moments that I call for the NFL draft. But I got to realize right now, I was fucking right, because during for the last live stream that I was told that my pick number 6 is gonna be Ashton Genty, because he built it up for everything. I mean, remember the last year we just drafted for Brock Bowers, a tight end, which is so much incredible for Georgia Bulldogs. And the next year, which is that year, we just picked it up for Ashton Genty. I mean, we're just hitting jackpot 2 years in a row. And then you guys remember the Carter that say he just dropped an open letter for the teams that have the NFL draft. He was saying, I've been taking it a long way. I'm coming off of the franchise. So it realized that he knows about the tackle, and it is a blue chip prospect. I mean, that would be really insane. I mean, this to this quote right now, I mean, they're just getting to offer. They just wanted to need it much around here, because there's not going to be really cursed at all, because at least we didn't screw it up, because it's about the game about not falling down. I mean, if we pick that guy who's not fall down, it's going to be really good. But we're going to get stomped. I mean, they just realized that he forced 16 missile tackles versus Penn State. He got yardage and he struggled to tackle him, because I was going to expect him that they're playing well at the situation. But clearly, it's a special runner. So I'm going to tell it about this, because probably after that, I just see that all those film studies of college football, because you might realize that the Raiders had a lot of problems on the running back room, and probably Ashton Genty could be the solution. Now there he goes right now, because he's very special, got real speed, and of course he knows about the blue chip, and of course the root that he can really help with Jim Kelly.
Well, my son's home from or out of work. That's him right there posting
There
that.
you
Let's
go.
fucking go. Running back one incoming.
He's happy about the tea.
Yeah, JT, text me tomorrow or text me now. I want to ask you something about Saturday. So, Chris, what's your overall feeling on tonight?
Well, you know how I feel about I want the Raiders to trade down. You know, get some more picks, but apparently he didn't. Genty, I was kind of like, kind of knew they was going to pick him because they kept talking about it. I'm fine with it. You know, like I said, last year we got the top-notch tight end. Now we got top-notch running back. And then we got Chip Kelly's offensive coordinator. So don't tell he's probably at home. He's probably there sitting salivating what he can do with these guys. So all thing I say tomorrow, O-line, and receiver. That's it. But I'm good with it. Let's see.
Well, we're getting all the Chiefs fans popping in here now.
'Cause they'll
Jason,
have-
what's your take on today?
Nate.
Nate? I thought you
Jason.
said Jay. Oh, I was.
I did. I said Jason.
Yeah.
I'm trying to go across the top.
Go there.
Yeah, I'm in the. You know, I agree with Chris. You know, it would have been cool to benefit for those trade backs, but we got a player we needed, and the best at that position. So, let's go.
Nate.
Yeah, I kind of been saying it like for the past week. I kind of came to terms with us getting Ashton Genty. I know that's not exactly what we had wanted, exactly, but it was the best player available. He makes an immediate impact for our team in a place where we obviously needed a lot of help in the running back room. So it's hard to be upset at it. Obviously, like I said, it's not exactly what we wanted, but it's hard to be upset at something like that especially when you get the best player available and it helps your team in a place where you need it. So,
Angelo.
Yeah, no, I mean, I obviously I agree with all of you guys with the sentiment. Look, bottom line, is Ashton Genty not one of the top 3 best players out of college football last year? Yes, he is. I mean, every fucking analyst all said the same things. Travis Hunter, Abdul Carter, Ashton Genty. Ashton Genty was the runner-up. So if what we do this year is what we did last year, which is get 3 day one starters, right? We happen to get the best player in football, and he happened to become the best tight end, but also one of the best offensive players last year. If Genty becomes anywhere close to that, then I don't think anyone should really be upset. As long as we don't do something crazy, like make Jeff upset and take Shadur Sanders in the second day 2. I think that it'll all be fine. But as you guys know, as you can see in the first round, 8 total offensive linemen were taken, and they're running out now. All right. So Jonas Savanea is still available, but again, I don't know what the Raiders will do. I do agree with what Jeff said that it seems that Carroll and Spytek are a very cohesive team. They're not undercutting each other.
No, they're not.
And guys, come on, man. We're not experts at this. If they fucking went live and saw Ashton Genty with their expertise, because we know Pete Carroll's got years of expertise, and John Spytek's the whiz kid, right? If they believe that Ashton Genty's legit, the next great running back, then who are we to really get mad at it, right? My biggest concern will always be what happened to Saquon Barkley. He got injured. And if we can keep this kid whole and not get Ashton Genty injured, then we might really give this kid a chance to be something. But everybody who got taken, other than I think Bijan Robinson didn't get injured, he was taken number 7. But pretty much, right? That's what happened to us with McFadden. He was injured, right? And we took him early. So, I just hope he doesn't get injured. That's what I'll say.
But Angelo, to your point, what Pete just said right now is that He's not going to be just all about Ashton Genty. They're going to have a running back committee, so he's not going to be on every down. So that's a good thing.
Yeah, and I hope, by the way, Chris, to your point, that we end up doing what Detroit does, where they have that 1-2 punch with Jahmyr Gibbs and what's the other guy's name? I'm missing it out, right?
Montgomery.
Who's the other guy, Jason?
David Montgomery.
Thank you. So you know how they have that whole Sonic Knuckles, Montgomery, Gibbs. I'm hoping that Mostert does that for Genty a little bit. Kind of, and remember, Mostert helped what's his name from Miami, Devon A-Chain, right? So I'm kind of hoping we do something like that. To your point, Chris.
Yeah, I think you will.
Yeah, Jay, you got anything?
I was gonna ask you, but I found the answer of who was the highest running back that we ever drafted, and it was Jerry McFadden back in 2008 in the fourth round. I mean, for the fourth pick, excuse me, in the first round.
Yep.
And we saw he was great.
Yeah.
But we only got limited of Jerry McFadden. So this is my thing here. If you're going out and getting Ashton Genty at 6 because he's generational, that means you're placing that dude above Jerry McFadden, above Josh Jacobs. That's what they're saying, right?
Yep.
By making that move. And I hope that's the case because I mean we gave up the number 6 pick. We could have went out and got somebody else, a different player of need, but we went out and got Genty. I just hope that this Genty move does pay off. I'm gonna root for the guy. I hope that we're putting up 100 yards plus rushing every game because of him. That's literally what I got to say about the pick. I mean, I'm either not happy about it nor am I super disappointed about it. It is what it is, and we just got to move forward. Now we got tomorrow, round 2. So now the question is, Shedeur may or may not be there at 37.
I can't believe the second round was still talking about having to pick up possibly.
Yeah. See, there you go. Cleveland may or may not pick him up, right? So if he's there, do we still get him?
Before us, please do.
That is funny, Dad. We're talking about early season. Shedeur number 6 or Shedeur number 2 when it was the number 2 pick. Shedeur this, and it's funny how everybody passed on it, even the teams that really need a quarterback. Pittsburgh,
the Giants,
New Orleans,
the first
New Orleans,
Dart,
and the Giants picked Dart over him after Shedeur was in New York throwing balls to what's his name,
Malik Neighbors.
And they just like they just the ultimate fuck you.
So, first of all, not bueno. I liked when you said love nerds because that's definitely better because that's the lamest excuse for not being here tomorrow. We're gonna go see the 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith.
That's a valid excuse.
At least you're not saying the Phantom Menace. Oh, good God!
Oh, I love that movie.
No, they're talking about Star Wars because it's not even.
Don't
That's
mess
my
around
favorite
with
Star Wars
me,
movie.
guys. Don't do that. All
And-
right.
I love Star Wars.
Here's one of the funnier things.
I never watched Phantom Menace. I watched all Star Wars, but never watched Phantom Menace. So I watched Star Wars.
That's my favorite one.
Here's the funniest thing right here, what Rosetown just put. And seriously, to think a couple of weeks ago, everybody at number 6 was saying, before the Ashton Genty thing was pushed, because that was only been the last few weeks. Prior to that, it was taking Shedeur Sanders at number 6. Well, he fell to the second round now. No, we need to take Will Johnson at number 6. Just fell to the second round still. So these guys that everybody was touting and pushing for us to, writing that narrative for us to take have now got pushed to the second round. So there's a few different things here. With Will Johnson, it's the injury question. Everybody's using that right now as saying that that's why he fell so far. It's not because of his talent and everything. That has nothing to do with it. Only his injury is what's questionable.
Funny to that. I mean, Abdul has a similar foot injury, and his stock didn't go down. Some food for thought.
True. Definitely true.
Now that's the thing. How severe is the injury? Because I guess he's not getting surgery after all. That's what they're saying.
But Jay, Will Johnson compared to Abdul Carr is a little different. But Will Johnson got
Yeah, but not so much so where you're literally going into the second round. You'll fall like a few picks down.
I'm just comparing the style of play. Will Johnson got to do a lot of cuts, got to follow receivers, got to do a lot of stuff. Abdul don't have to do all that. He can run straight, do a couple of spin moves. I'm saying just compare to for the injuries. So
sort of. I mean, you're still using a lot of footwork either way.
Yeah,
I mean,
use more footwear as a DB than you are a defensive line.
Oh well, yeah, a little bit more, but still, I mean, to fall all the way down to the second round. I mean, it's crazy. That's what I'm just saying. It's like,
yeah.
This draft is just based off what other people do as well. So if somebody doesn't get picked at a certain projected pick and they start sliding down, that player will keep sliding down. That's literally what happened to Will Johnson, Shador. They're in the second round now.
I don't think so. I think
Which if people want to take, if teams want to take a chance on somebody, based on, for whatever reason they're sliding down, you're going to be in the right position to take that chance. Like right now, if I had to pick a team that could take that risk and take a player like one of these two, well, not necessarily Shador because they wouldn't need him, would be like Philadelphia. Philadelphia can risk taking like Will Campbell if they really wanted to, because they've got such a well-rounded team right now that they can take that risk. They're in a position to do that. We're not in that position to do that. We need to make sure that this guy's 100% healthy if that's his issue with his knees or whatever it is that Will Johnson's got. We can't take that risk. We don't have that luxury of, we can bury him on the roster for now until he's 100%. We need guys that can come in and start right now. That's the thing.
The Eagles don't even need a corner either, though.
No, they don't. But I'm just saying, if a team's built and they're in we're winning and we're winning now on a consistent basis, then that's what they need to do.
Yeah.
I'm ready to call this for the night. We've been on for almost 6 hours. So I'm going to go around the horn here. We've already pretty much given our take on today. So I'm going to start with Raph below me. Then I'm going to jump over to Chris, and we're going to go back around, and we'll end it on me. Raph, you got anything coming up that you want to promote or anything you got going on?
Oh, yes. Tomorrow, which is on Friday at 12:30 p.m., I'm going to launch my live stream talking about Astringenti, and of course, like I said, the surprises coming out there from the draft. So that's my name right there, Capitano Fucho on YouTube and X. So you can follow me on every social media. So this Friday, which is today, at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Coast. So I'm gonna drop a live stream talking about Astringenti, which is a great choice to everyone. So I just wanted to tell you, salute to everybody else, and what can I say about it? The first round of the NFL draft was totally great, but the second and third round is gonna be so great.
Chris, you got anything coming up tomorrow?
Besides doing the draft,
when I'm done, when we get at the end, I'm gonna cover everything for the plan for tomorrow.
Other than that, me and my man over here, Jason, have a show at 10 o'clock a.m. Pacific time. We're gonna do our show on Sunday.
Yeah,
Sunday. Besides the drafts, that's about it.
Jason, you got anything else coming up?
I'll be doing the draft. I don't know if I'm going to be. I don't know if I'll be here, but I plan on doing, of course, the show with Chris. Definitely 10 a.m. Sunday, but I'll see what's up. I don't know where I'll be for tomorrow, but we will see. I know I'll definitely be watching. So wherever I am, I'll probably stream from there for reaction.
All right, Nate, you fucking Star Wars nerd.
Yeah, so tomorrow I'm obviously not going to be on. Well, I may be on for a little bit, but it's not going to be here.
Look out! There's a stormtrooper behind you. Oh,
did my Mandalorian mask back there again?
Hey, is that Darth Maul man in the corner over there?
Well, if it's a stormtrooper, they won't be able to hit you anyway. They suck.
Yeah, exactly. Just like me the other day. But yeah, I might be able to get on and probably be on my phone. at a different location, of course. But I'm not sure about that. But go ahead and like and subscribe to my channel. I go on basically almost every night doing gaming stuff. So if you guys are into some gaming stuff, go ahead and follow me. I do that a lot. And then, of course, on Wednesdays and Thursdays, we got the pod. Wednesdays, of course, with Jay and Cheeto Linus and Jeff. And then, obviously, Thursdays is me and Jeff. So yeah.
I'll join you, Nate, when you start playing Farmer Simulator 22. I'll join you.
Angela, you got anything coming up? You doing anything for Jack's show tomorrow or no?
Yeah, Cam Jack, it was pretty cool for you guys to join in. Ralph joined in, Severe joined in. I know Jeff tried to join in. It was kind of weird and loud there. Captain Jack was in Green Bay. He's gonna do his Sunday show, which is 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. And Chris, man, if you want to jump on that, dude, just come on in. The link is open for people to jump on that Sunday.
Send me the link. I don't have the link. Send me the link.
Yeah, it's always on the chat, but Cam Jack
he puts it up in the chat while he's on the show.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now,
Cam Jack,
Angelo, is he going to be home on Sunday, or is he still going to be in Green Bay?
So, like today, because he was like right there on the crowd, like he was showing us, like Brian Fowler came on.
Yeah, it was fucking loud. I was watching it.
Yeah, so but I think on the Sunday, I don't exactly know if he'll also be around that area to be with the other Raider fans, because obviously if you're going to go all the way to the draft, you're going to try to enjoy it the whole way through, right? Yeah. But I'm pretty sure he told me he is going to jump on the show. He'll either man the show, or if I end up manning the show, then obviously I want you there, Jeff. Chris, if you want to jump on. Nate, if you want to come join in on Sunday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. It's just it'll end up being Jay. Same to you. Invite goes to you too, to go to Captain Jack's show. But it just probably by that Sunday night, right, guys? All the picks would have been in, so it'll end up being
by then it's over. It's over Saturday.
Saturday night.
Yeah. But no, and then other than that, I'm looking forward to being with you tomorrow, Jeff, when the second round pick I think is going to be pretty interesting. I want to see your live reaction if it does end up.
There you go. If we take it all, the screen's going to go black because I'm just fucking shutting it down and walking out.
You got what you wanted. You got what you wanted.
No, I didn't.
Yes, we didn't get him at 6. You're like, whoa, I'm hoping to get him.
Okay. All right, you know what? You got me there on a technicality.
See,
what do you got coming up? Anything besides push your Saturday show too and everything.
Oh yeah. So I mean, me and you are on tomorrow. We're going to be doing day 2, rounds 2 and 3. So make sure you guys tap in for that. Saturday, I got a special draft edition of Good Morning Raiders. We will start at a special time, 9 a.m. Pacific, to go ahead and be on par with the start of the fourth round of day 3. We will have guests. We will have the Sportsman will be on, and also Turf Ultimate Raider Fan 32 will be on the show as well. So we'll be doing the damn thing. So this is the first time we got 2 guests on the show. So it's going to be a good one. Obviously, this is a big show. We got to do it right. And then obviously Mondays, I do my Raiders Unfiltered at 5 p.m. Pacific. And then the Raider Connection show every damn Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific. Hey, really quick, did Cheeto jump on?
No.
He's probably getting
did
lit.
He jump on with you guys?
No, he didn't jump on.
Yeah, no, he never came in. He'll probably do it tomorrow. It might be a little bit more relaxed for him tomorrow.
Yeah.
What's up, Raph? You wanted to say something?
No. I just wanted to tell have a great night because my head is really hurt right now. But I'm gonna to take care, and of course I'm gonna do. Yeah, I'm gonna do like a reaction, and of course doing like an Aston Genty. Well, this Friday at 12:30 p.m. So I just wanted to tell you guys are invited.
Yeah, everybody make sure you go over to Captain his YouTube channel's right there.
Yeah,
Captain you pronounce it. I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's Captain Rafucha. But have a good one, guys.
So anybody that's still in the chat, go ahead and
Oh.
make sure you hit this. Who just left?
Oh, Raph did.
And
I
Jason.
might do.
Jason did too.
Oh, Jason did too. I might do something tomorrow with Run, possibly. We'll
Yeah.
see. Just make sure you guys turn on your
whatever you're
notifications.
yeah, it doesn't matter. You can do the same thing you did today. You know, jump in here, set it up, and then go do whatever. It doesn't matter. I don't.
Oh no, we mean like early, like morning
Oh.
time. We'll probably do a reflection on the pick.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Hey,
run
Rick.
for right now. The game plan
Hey,
for
Jeff.
tomorrow is the draft starts at 7 Eastern time. So I was thinking, I know Nate, you're not going to be around, so I'm talking directly, pretty much to Jay and Chris right now.
And
I
me,
wanna-
right? And me, that's what I get
Yeah,
invited.
you too. Yeah, you,
All right.
Captain Mute. I want to start at like only an hour before. So I want to start at like around 6 o'clock instead, because it starts at 7. So we can get on, we can get the chat going. We can talk about how today went, the different moves that were made by the other teams, and do that. Tomorrow's show is going to be labeled Friday Night Live, because I'm going to hark back to when Chris and I were doing the lives when Turf wasn't around on Fridays. So tomorrow's will be Friday Night Live. It'll be posted. I'm gonna make the stream right now when I'm done here, and I'll get the links to you guys. Actually, the same link you used today is the same one that's going to get back into this one. I'm not changing it. I'm just going to leave it so it stays open for the weekend. All right, so that's easy there.
Cool.
And we're going to go through the whole night just like we did tonight. We're going to go through the third and the second and the third round, and then Saturday. Same thing. We're going to kick it off just about an hour before the actual draft starts. That's going to be a long day, but that's going to take us right from noontime right up to, prime time, basically, when it's going to end. So it's going to be a longer day.
Yeah, you guys.
That one's going to be the last call podcast. That's going to be the replace of Chris's and my show on Saturdays. So tomorrow will be Friday Night Live. And I'll put the link out there. So make sure you guys that haven't subbed, hit that notification and the sub. Make sure you hit all these guys in the channel here with me. Raider Nation Jason, Captain Raph, Afakasi's probably going to pop in. So we're going to have different content creators popping in and out between tomorrow and Saturday's show. So make sure you guys check it out. Tonight was a little suspenseful at first. When it gets to our pick tomorrow, we may do the same setup that we did today when our pick was announced, just so nobody's like ahead of the path, right, Angelo? So
Dude, I was gone for 2 hours, you fuckers.
I know.
I was on another show.
I just want to make sure that when you're in here tomorrow and it's our pick, you don't go, oh yeah, look at that. No, shush. So we'll.
You said, Jeff, what we all were thinking, so.
Shut up, Chris, and get
I love you, Angelo. I love you.
I want to thank everybody that came in and spent the day with us here today, between Chris, Nate, Jay, Angelo, Rafa, Raider Nation Jason, Apakasi popped in. Am I missing anybody? That was everyone, right?
Yeah. Pretty much.
I appreciate you guys for coming on the show and helping be co-host along with this. I really appreciate it. And then to the chat, I appreciate you as much as I could possibly, as you can think. Without you guys, obviously, we're not here. Thank you to the super chats that I got today. I appreciate that to both of you. Shout out to I know he's not here. He's already gone for the night. Navman. With your super chat, and to Ardell for your super chat. I appreciate that. Thank you guys both again for that. And we'll see you all tomorrow. Stay safe and go Raiders.
Go Raiders.
Yes, sir.
And yes, it's probably going to do the same thing when I play the outro, Nate.